What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with the season finale of the Growing Up Hip Hop. Let's get into it. So it's the day after TT and Sean's wedding. The stress is over. All of what they went through, TT almost losing her wedding ring, has all been just a blur because they're now married. They're happy, and was it a surprise to TT and Sean that her mom was going to read the letter? Yes. When TT first got the message, she didn't think nothing of it because she wasn't trying to be in that mood or energy. But she had the time to read it fully, felt it was genuine and heartfelt. Sean sees as this is an olive branch, right? Yes, but of course she wishes it would have been ahead of time. There were plenty of time for us to figure this out, get into this moment before then, right? But all Sean wants her to realize, you're stubborn, your aunt's stubborn, but right now she sent the message that's heartfelt. This was her way of extending the olive branch. Reciprocate and follow through. Call her up because TT, I know you. I know you've been missing your aunt, and yes, you wish she was here for your wedding. Of course, of course. That's it. You know? And he was right. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna take her cousin's advice and figure out how to resolve this with her aunt. That's where we're going with that. So Brianna, she's back at home and she's having a cooking date with Chris. And Brianna looks so bubbly, so happy, you know what I'm saying? So giddy. And obviously, Chris has been definitely putting his initiative to be with her. He's been coming out there to see her, sending her DMs and everything. And that's a lot of dedication for somebody who wants to get to know someone, you know what I'm saying? He who finds a wife finds a good thing, so he's putting in his time and effort into being there for Brianna, being there, give her love, admiration, making her feel happy and special, wanted, you know what I'm saying, needed. And of course, being with him, knowing who he's related to, Peppa, Egypt, and TT. She's cool with TT. And of course she's cool with Chris, but Peppa and Egypt, that's where the little bit of attention comes up, especially when it comes to Sam. Now, right then and then, she does not want to be around Sam. She doesn't want to be in his presence. She doesn't want to talk to about him. She doesn't want to be around him at all. You know what I'm saying? But he says they are my family, and if you want to be a part of my family, you're going to have to tolerate them. You don't have to like them. You don't got to talk to them. Just tolerate them. And this is when Chris is pretty much putting in his, his bid in. You're going to be part of my life in this one way or another. And I like that. Then he invites her to his grandmother's 94th birthday. Moving on. JoJo. He surprises Denise with a nice candlelit dinner, rose petals. They got the little crystal lights. The roses are hanging upside down. And he presents her with her favorite food, his favorite food. It was a really sweet moment. I teared up in this scene. He just, wanted to show her the love, telling her, you're my best friend, you're my partner. I know we've been fighting over things, and I feel like we've been just arguing and not talking through them. She starts to get emotional because she wants to get through this turmoil of arguing with him. And she apologizes for not showing up as a wife and having been, taking the time out for him. And when she saw the happy union, the family that TT and Sean was showing, that's what she misses with her husband. Now, when she was apologizing for not showing up, I was like, TT, don't apologize. I mean, not TT, Denise, don't apologize with how you were feeling. You were not feeling pretty in that moment. You were not feeling appreciated, wanted, because you just had another baby and you're going through postpartum, you're going through another set of a body change. And am I pretty enough? Does he still find me attractive after having another baby? Do I have to go forward worrying about losing his weight again so he doesn't lose interest? And of course your mental state is going to be frazzled, and he starts tearing up, walked over and started holding her, hugging her. I started crying when he started tearing up because that is such a beautiful sight. I could tell they really love one another. And he tells her, you always look beautiful to me. When I tell you that you're confident, I believe that you're confident. I see yourself all the way every time I look at you. It's never going to change how I feel about you, no matter what you say, how you feel about yourself. So I'm like, damn, that's what every girl wants to hear. No matter what I go through or no matter what I've experienced, you're never going to shy how you feel about me. She loves that he did this. She loves that she hear him say, you love me even more when I don't feel like I'm beautiful. I teared up because that's like so beautiful to hear your partner tell you how beautiful you are when you don't feel it. And like I said, when it comes to the postpartum depression, the insecurity that you feel after all that, you really do be feeling like, am I beautiful? Does he find my stretch marks pretty? Does he find this extra fat? Does he find this? Does he find any part of my face beautiful as it was before? And he says, yes, I was boo-hooing crying for this. You know what I'm saying? And JoJo felt like JoJo understand that when it comes to being in a marriage, you have to learn how to be selfless and not selfish. And you're also caring about your kids, your wife, way more than you ever care about yourself. That's why your heart is open to much more. And there's more love to be spread around, you know? And Denise has always felt in the beginning, she always compromised and sacrificed more, but now she gets confirmation that it's not her. He's also giving her that same love and sacrifices and compromising as well. And that's a sign they're going to move forward in their marriage. So obviously they had a really good night. Really good night. I'm happy for them. So TT, they're staying in town because of her grandmother's 94th birthday. And Peppa's on her way down there to meet her. And TT lets her mom know, I want it to be understood that you're going to check your mom. I mean, check your sister. Because granted, you check me all the time, but the one thing you do not do is check your sister. You did not check your sister in the way that she treated me. You didn't check your niece and how you treated me. And you did not tell Peppa how she should check her daughter about how she hurt me. Because, now you're not recognizing that your daughter and your partner hurt me. And you're not checking your sister by telling you that your daughter did some hurtful things to my daughter. And you being my sister, you hurt my daughter too. So Peppa arrives and we're talking about where did the message come from, right? Now Peppa's going through a dream of whether or not this dream is going to end of her being in a good mood or a bad mood when it comes to being sending a heartfelt message or just letting it be and live and moving on with her life, right? Now moving on with her life, that's like, that's it, that's final. So then it goes to a back and forth of what Maureen sent Peppa on a WhatsApp about what they've done, and it ended with move on with your life or something like that. And Peppa is feeling like, so you're coming from the place of defending your daughter, and that's cool and everything, but I felt like that wasn't necessary, something like that. But at the end of the day, Maureen and Denise and TT read Peppa down. First of all, you have not checked your daughter in the things that she's done wrong that hurt my daughter. You have not. Because she thinks that Maureen has defended TT blindly. She said, I never defeated TT blindly. I have always told her where she was wrong. I have looked at all parts, all perspective from Egypt's and TT's. I've done that. You have never thought about, said to your daughter what she was wrong at. You've never done that. You're always pointing the finger. You're always taking over. You're always defending her behavior. And you're never telling her she's wrong. But you want me to say my daughter's wrong. But how is she wrong? Where is she wrong at? What have you done to your daughter? Nothing. And ever since I came into this world, you have never defended Egypt. She is rude and disrespectful. Now, Peppa's taking all this in because she couldn't even get a word in. TT and Marie was telling you, you have not showed up as a mother to your daughter the way you think you have. You have not. This entire time, you have okayed her behavior, okayed her partner's behavior, and never looked for 1 minute to double confirm and double check, why would this happen? Why wouldn't I believe my niece? Why wouldn't I go talk to my niece? When it came down to the whole thing with you inviting your sister Dawn out here to spread a rumor about Sean, you never thought to double confirm with TT about it. You stayed in that space of stirring up some mess, which led for Egypt to stay stirring up some mess. You never thought, where'd that come from? My niece would never feel like this. What? Never did that. So now Peppa has to take ownership and how she's been enabling her daughter's behavior pretty much ever since she's been born, because she's been feeling guilty about her being on the road all the time and not giving her the proper childhood. So in order for her to still be looked at as the cool mom with the best mom, she's going to okay and turn a blind eye to all the things that Egypt has done, all the bad things. And Egypt cannot grow independently if you guys are constantly okaying her behavior and turning a blind eye on the things that you know are not good. The things that Egypt has done, now that Egypt is a grown-ass woman, she can't just go to her mom and dad and say, Mom, fix this for me. She's going to have to figure it out herself. Know what faults she lies, know the consequences of her actions that she's going to have to fend and understand and figure it out for herself. Fix it. The things that you've done, you're going to have to fix it. Mommy can't smooth things over for you. Mommy can't talk things for you. I cannot paint it away for people can understand what you meant. No. When you told that rumor to Savannah, that was you not being there for your cousin. When you've allowed Sam to create a lie that TT wanted you, and you never thought to double confirm and wonder why would he say that? Where did that come from? Egypt, that was you. That was you and your mom enabling your behavior, thinking that the shit is cute, but it's not. And I was here for all of it. Peppa couldn't say shit but take it. And I was here for it. Here for it. And I feel like that's the fear that Peppa had. If she's not there to give Egypt whatever she wants, and she's not going to be looked as the mom, she's the absentee mom who's over the road all the time. But at the end of the day, hey, tough cookie. Tough cookie. Do you need to give your daughter some tough love so she can know everything in life is not going to get handed to her? Everything is not going to get smooth things over for her. She's going to have to learn things the hard way. Hell, she's grown. She might be a married woman. Things are not going to get smoothed over. She's going to have to learn hard life real quick, you know? And right now, TT and Maureen could tell that Peppa is not going to have that conversation. Hell, she wants Maureen to have that conversation with her. She said, no, your daughter, you tell her what she's wrong in, and that's it. But she's never going to do it because she's too afraid. She's afraid that Peppa won't be looked at as the cool mom anymore. Girl, at the end of the day, Egypt will get over it because Egypt needs to learn how to grow up. Moving on. Eric. Surprisingly, we see Eric and his wife and his kids going to the batting cages. Then he wants to talk about how he wants to have a celebratory event for his father. All the good things that he's done. All the accomplishments because of the documentary has been surrounded by his death. Cool. So, Aaliyah asks him, you're going to invite everybody? Because you do know that we still have not had anything settled with Sequoia, Savannah, and Creed. And we got Brianna, Sam, and Egypt. When was the last time the whole group got together? You're going to have a whole lot of people that's supposed to be for your father, for the family, and you want to bring a whole lot of people who have not the best of terms with Eric. Now, I don't know if this is a segue to the beginning of the next season, because it's funny how Eric never thought to think about who to invite, who not to invite, because there might be some issues and drama, but Eric likes it. He likes it. So I feel like I can't say anything like that. But I feel like, why wouldn't you think ahead of time to want to just invite everybody knowing that there's some issues and drama between some of them? Okay, fine. But he said, I'll invite who I invite, do what I do, whatever. Quick scene with Twist and his girlfriend having a Popeyes date. Cool. He said she's not like any person he's ever met. He's not stressful with her. She makes him happy other than the other females. Great. So, we see Lazy Bone and the rest of the Bone Thugs and Harmony preparing for the verses with 3 6 Mafia, I believe. They invited Eric to come on stage and to sing the songs that Eazy recorded with it before he passed. Sequoia comes in, looking beautiful, haven't seen her in forever. Introduce herself to all of the Bone Thugs and Harmony members. Lazy Bone said, I'm your mentor, and I want you to see the hands behind the machines, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to help you be what you want to be. So then we see Eric and Sequoia in the studio talking about TT's wedding. He wasn't invited. Now, she's trying to see, was it COVID laws maybe? It was capacity. And he said it could be that, but it could also be the fact that it might have been a situationship between me and TT. I said, what? Yeah, there was a mutual attraction between some flirtations going on. Sean didn't even know at the time. He wasn't even in the picture yet. They wasn't exclusive. Yeah, there was some mutual attraction going on between us. So it might be a little bit awkward to invite somebody that you might have had something going on with. And Sequoia is looking like this is new information. Like, what? Did anybody know this? No. My wife knew, you know what I'm saying? But she knew, but I was like, duh. I was like, Eric, good night and goodbye. I literally was screaming at my TV and said, Eric, good night and goodbye. You have had an attraction to TT. Any chance you get, you are throwing yourself like a damn dog, huffing and puffing to get TT's attention, and she paid your ass dust. TT was not interested in you. Please don't make it seem as if there was something else hidden or secret going on between you before she was with Sean. But you was a married man. At the end of the day, Eric, your messy ass is trying to stir up some drama with a now newly married woman. And I said, Eric, get away from me. Get away from me with this. I was like, good night and goodbye, Eric. Cause this is some bullshit. This is some messy shit you trying to do. And I feel like, why you gotta stir a mess? You know why you weren't invited? Because I remember last season when Savannah told you about the rumor that Egypt told her. You brought it to TT at Twisted's party, being messy. That's why she didn't invite your ass, cause you messy. She didn't invite you because there was some hidden secret relationship or some flirtation going on. Good night and goodbye. Moving on. I'm done with that because that was just so stupid. So then he's asking how Sequoia is doing. She said, I'm doing good, trying to figure out how to maneuver between these ragamuffins, aka Savannah and Cree, who we have not seen for the rest of the season, and trying to move forward because of what happened at Twisted's party, apparently. It was a surprise to him that Cree acted like that, but it was no surprise for Savannah. And first of all, she was like, that wasn't what energy I was on, so I'm trying to just figure out where I can move forward, because in the day, that had nothing to do with them. I was only there to try and figure out how to solve this issue with Tanise. And right now, since he wants to talk about his event for his father, he's inviting her, but she said, cool, I'm going to, shoot my shot to figure this out with Tanise. If she's not on that level, I'll step back, let her come to me when she's ready, and I'm going to move forward. And at this point, I don't know why it's taking so long for them to get into the same room to have a conversation. I don't know if this is going to be spread out to the next season, but it's been too long. And I don't know if y'all meant to add this in at the last minute or at the last place, because it's kind of out of order, because we have spent the entire remainder of the season talking about TT's wedding. This could have been used after the fight or in between that, so we can get more of an understanding. The fact that y'all just jumped this in to keep us in for the next season was this a last minute decision to chop this up and put this here? I guess, but at the end of the day, Sequoia is not, gonna keep on explaining herself about what happened. Once you have a conversation with me, you say yes, move on. If not, cool. Moving on. TT. She's at her aunt's house, celebrate her grandmother's birthday. Everybody's having a good time. Of course, there are some family members who could not make it for COVID and for the wedding, of course, because they weren't vaccinated. Each is on Zoom. Some aunts and cousins are on Zoom. And, of course, TT is still in that mindset of, I have a conflict with you, but I don't have to see you. Then, she walks outside. We see Brianna walking with Chris. And there was a little boy walked up with them. I don't know if that was her son or Chris's son. I don't know, but obviously, this is a new side of Brianna that TT has never seen. She's all giddy. She's all smiley, ear to ear. And, they both happy. They're both loving where things are going. And they're going to see how Pepper feels about it. So, walking in, because Brianna's definitely looking at this as a future situation. If I'm going to Mrs. Denton, I'm going to be invited to family gatherings. And I really don't need to have a beef with you. Why should we have beef? So she walks in with Chris, and Pepper's looking like, oh my God, why is she here? Literally. The energy is already filled in the air. Brianna can tell where it's coming from. So they're having a conversation outside eating, and she wants to have a conversation with Pepper, right? She's not going to force anything, but for him, she'll have the conversation. So Pepper comes over there and says, I need to squash this because she's going to be around. I'm serious about her. She's serious about me. And then Pepper wants to ask him if they had sex. And Chris said, we're good. We are 100. Thank you very much. And Brianna said, I never had an issue with you. I never wanted to have an issue with you. I generally only wanted to be there for Egypt. I thought of her as the best mindset. And it was a miscommunication. It was a misunderstanding. And my jokes, the way that I came across, might not have been the best way. My jokes can be a little insensitive. I will own that. Because we went through all of the seasons before that Brianna talked about Sam had no job. He was a bum. He was living off his girlfriend, who was living off her mom, which was a fact. Like everything that Brianna has said was true. So it's nothing really like that bad because everything that came true about it. Hold on, y'all. Hey, y'all, I'm back. But basically, everything that Brianna said about Sam wasn't a lie. It was true. Sam didn't have nothing else going on for him. He was definitely living off of Egypt, who was living off her mom. And he had nothing else going on for himself. He hopped on to what she wanted to do and made it all about him. He was a bum. Okay, like I was like, was there anything really bad for what she said? He really didn't have no job, no goals until he got with her, an opportunist. But anyway, and she said, listen, only look for her best interest. And to be honest, I thought he was temporary. Sorry. So Chris came back, and I forgot what that was. But basically, I forgot why he came back. Brianna wrote in her journal constantly, and it was kind of like she was asking for him. A man who was coming into her life, he appeared. And maybe her father was right. She needs to date a West Indian man. West Indian man. And he's even met her grandparents, and they like him. Never happened before. Anybody that she ever meets, they've never just been swooned over at that. So that's a good point right there. I can't believe it's gotten to that point. So an olive branch have been extended. They're moving forward. And she said, I'm going to be dating hopefully soon. And Peppa said, girl, you're going to be dating. Good luck. Because he's tough, you're tough. Y'all might clash, but good luck trying. You know what I'm saying? So they gave a hug, and they all gathered around to say happy birthday to the grandma. And pretty much that was the end of the episode. It ended with TT not knowing whether or not she will be able to prepare her relationship with Peppa and Egypt, but we'll see it. If not, that's totally fine. If y'all gonna be in a position where you're not as close as y'all are, it is totally fine, because that definitely happens in families where you're not as close to a family member, but you will love them from a distance. Cool. Well, y'all definitely use this as y'all saving grace to keep us interested, because this was a really good ending episode. I liked it. It was much more happening, much more interest, especially for Brianna. That's what drew me in. Seeing Brianna in a very good mood and very good light is what made me happy. And I love that, but that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next videos, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.